Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage your host for the evening, the Secretary General of Europa Nostra, Sneška Quaedvlieg-Mihailović.
Good evening, Madam Commissioner, Mr. Minister, Excellencies, dear award laureates, dear friends of Europe's cultural heritage. Vítejte, welcome, bienvenue, willkommen, benvenidos, dobrodošli to the European Heritage Awards Ceremony 2022, coming to you live from the heart of Prague and its splendid state opera. First of all, a big thank you once again to the Prague Conservatory Chamber Orchestra and its wonderful young musicians conducted by Chuhei, Iwasaki for the beautiful rendition of the Czech and European anthems. We will hear more from them throughout the ceremony. And of course, a warm welcome to the wide heritage community from Europe and beyond who are here with us in Prague, and all of you who are watching us via live stream. This is the evening in which we honor the award-winning heritage heroes from across Europe who worked so hard to preserve, promote, research, and restore our precious heritage. They are with us tonight, and I would like to invite them all to come to the stage accompanied by the chairman of the jury, Bertrand de Feydeau from France, who is also the vice president of Europa Nostra. Please, come on stage. Bertrand, you will be leading the way, and then all the others. Please join Bertrand de Feydeau, the president of the jury, and come, and I think you will take your seats. And while you are all joining me, welcome, I am going to tell you a little bit more about this very special evening of celebration. First of all, digital world oblige. Behind me on the screen, I think we will see a QR code. Are we going to see the QR code? You will there get in your mobile phone the digital version of the program booklet with all the details about our winners. But if I'm not mistaken, you also have the publication presenting all our award winners. Dear ladies and gentlemen, each year, the European Heritage Awards ceremony takes place in a different European city. In recent years, we have enjoyed unforgettable ceremonies in Venice, Paris, and Berlin. And we are delighted to be together in golden Prague precisely in the year in which this city celebrates its 30th anniversary of its inscription on the World Heritage List. And of course, to be here in this magical setting of the State Opera, beautifully restored with the vital support of the European Union. Let me see. Welcome. So we have all our winners with us, and we have the president of the jury, so we can proceed with the ceremony. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, we are truly honored that this award ceremony and our European Cultural Heritage Summit are an official part of the Czech presidency of the Council of the European Union. We warmly thank the Czech Ministry of Culture, the National Theatre, and the State Opera in Prague for their invaluable support. And our very special thanks go to our Czech Council member, Petr Svoboda, who is also head of the Europa Nostra representation in the Czech Republic. Dear Czech friends, this evening and the entire summit, organized under the motto, "For a value and culture-driven Europe," would not have been possible without your immense dedication. Many, many thanks to you all. I started by thanking the Czech Ministry of Culture. And the Czech Minister of Culture, who is also now acting chair of the EU Council of Ministers, Mr. Martin Baxa, was among the first who embraced the idea that our summit should take place in Prague. And he was very much looking forward to being with us tonight. And he will, I think, come in the course of the evening, but he asked me to apologize on his behalf because he is attending an extremely important meeting of the Czech government where they are also discussing an important law on culture, and he definitely could not leave that meeting, but promised that he will do his utmost to join us a little bit later. And he has asked his deputy, Mr. Ondrej Hrast, to greet you and our award winners on his behalf. Mr. Hrast, can I ask you to come and take the floor?
Vaše excelence, vážené dámy a pánové, jménem pana ministra Martina Baxy je mi velkým potěšením přivítat nás dnes večer, kdy oslavujeme laureáty Evropské ceny za kulturní dědictví, ocenění Europa Nostra. Jsem rád, že jsme se mohli shromáždit v prostorách zrekonstruované státní opery a těší mě i to, že vy účastníci Evropského summitu kulturního dědictví budete mít příležitost objevovat další kulturně zajímavá místa v rámci svého programu. V průběhu léta jsme viděli reportáž o dobrovolné práci mladých lidí ze zahraničí, kteří se každoročně sjíždějí do Česka a věnují se péči o kulturní památky. Jejich motivace můžou být různé, ale co vnímám jako důležitý moment je to, že již od mládí si tyto dobrovolníci formují svůj vztah ke kulturnímu dědictví. Tento příklad pro mě ilustruje fakt, že je třeba o péči o kulturní dědictví přemýšlet v širších souvislostech a hledat cesty pro zachování a využití kulturního dědictví mimo zaběhnuté mechanismy. Letošní Evropský rok mládeže a iniciativa nového evropského Bauhausu poskytují nové rámce a příležitosti k tomu, aby se péče o kulturní dědictví stala významnější součástí k cestě za naší udržitelnější budoucností. Péče o kulturní dědictví je naším společným evropským úkolem, na jehož naplňování dlouhodobě pracujeme. Podpora ochrany a zachování kulturního dědictví je také nedílnou součástí probíhajícího českého předsednictví v Radě Evropské unie, a to v době, kdy evropský kontinent zažívá ruskou válečnou agresi na Ukrajině. Solidarita s Ukrajinou se promítá do letošního programu Evropského summitu kulturního dědictví a věřím, že společně přispějeme k pomoci ukrajinskému kulturnímu dědictví. Vážené dámy, vážení pánové, dnes večer si připomeneme přínos oceněných evropskému kulturnímu dědictví. Laureáti Evropské ceny za kulturní dědictví ocenění Europa Nostra vynaložili mimořádné úsilí při uskutečňování svých projektů. A myslím si, že právě ukazování příkladů vynikající praxe v odvětví kulturního dědictví je velmi podstatné pro zvyšování zájmu veřejnosti o toto téma. Letos se ceny udělují po 12. a díky nim a práci organizaci Europa Nostra se dozvíme o mnoha inspirativních příbězích z 18 zemí Evropy. Všem oceněním tímto blahopřeji. Dovolte mi, abych závěrem řekl, že je mi velkou ctí, že Ministerstvo kultury České republiky přispělo k uskutečnění letošního ročníku Evropského summitu kulturního dědictví. Děkuji vám za pozornost a přeji vám krásný večer.
Many thanks, Mr. Hrast. Thank you so much for your important words of introduction, and we are very glad that we can count on the Czech presidency of the Council of the European Union to help us really promote the value of cultural heritage for a more peaceful, more sustainable, and more inclusive Europe. Now it is my great pleasure to welcome warmly Mariya Gabriel, European Commissioner for Innovation, Research, Culture, Education and Youth, and who is attending for the first time in person. She attended many times online during the pandemic, but now for the very first time in person, one of our European Heritage Award ceremony. Madam Commissioner, you are our committed partner and friend, and I can't tell you that you are a guest because you are a co-host of this ceremony because these awards we are organizing together. And since your appointment in 2019, you have gone above and beyond to support the vital role of culture and cultural heritage as a key resource to respond to so many challenges and emergencies that Europe is facing today. Thank you so much, and dear Mariya, the floor is yours.
Thank you, dear Sneška, dear Deputy Minister, dear Executive President of Europa Nostra, dear Secretary General, dear friends of Europe's cultural heritage. First of all, it is a great pleasure and great honor for me to co-host this prestigious award ceremony in this magnificent opera house. Prague is a truly remarkable city in its rich cultural heritage, its history standing well documented in its architecture, from the castle up high to the Gothic Charles Bridge over the Vltava. This is a city at the crossroads of communities, at the crossroads of times, from the Cathedral of St. Vitus to the old new synagogue in the Jewish quarter. Czechia has shown the way forward for Eastern Europe to analyze, digest, and build on its history. And all these elements make Prague the perfect place to celebrate our European Heritage Awards. It is symbolic of the effort it takes to keep communities together. Of course, I would like to congratulate the Minister of Culture, Minister Baksa, for the 30th anniversary of the inclusion of the Historic Center of Prague on the World Heritage List. And this leads me to another important anniversary. For 20 years, the European Heritage Awards, the Europa Nostra Awards, have helped us recognize treasures of heritage and the great efforts carried out to preserve it and to share it. This is a prize that stands for excellence. It stands for the effort and dedication of people that make sure everyone can access what was confided to us. You make us richer, and acknowledging your work help this community grow. It helps to join forces for conservation, research, education, and training. It also serves innovation, digital transformation, social cohesion and well-being, and not to mention sustainability. This is really important work. So let me thank the organizers, Sneška and her team, for putting together such an amazing event and for their tireless commitment. The numerous projects and heritage achievements which we honor today address difficult challenges. Each of them carries with the power of example, showing us the way forward for heritage. And this comes at a timely moment when heritage faces difficult challenges. For the past 2 years, this community had to adapt to the restrictions of the pandemic. Dear Sneška, I will never forget our first together edition during the pandemic for this ceremony. What a challenge, but what was amazing is to see that the Friends of Cultural Heritage have an extraordinary power, and this is the power to transform challenges into opportunities, to transform difficulties into solutions for the benefits of all our citizens. So yes, we know that there is a lot of other challenges, challenges linked to climate change or the war. And I think that here we all stand firmly with Ukraine. And you can count on our support. Now I'm sure that tomorrow we'll have the opportunity to discuss our solutions, our proposals to find answers to these challenges. And I hope that after our policy agora tomorrow, there will be more and more concrete solutions. But today, what I would like to say is that for us, it's particularly important when we talk about Ukraine to continue to support artists and cultural professionals through our support programs, through civil cooperation, through solidarity. Allow me here just to share with you that less than 2 weeks ago, we have launched a special call with a budget of €5 million to support Ukraine's cultural organizations and professionals. And this figure comes on the top of the support to Ukrainian partners in the usual support schemes of Creative Europe. This is my vision for Creative Europe, a force multiplier to the passion and dedication of the individuals and communities. You are the people that I would like to pay tribute to. I acknowledge your tireless work in order for future generations to be able to enjoy and to get inspiration by the same beauty that inspires us. And I'm delighted here to share my warmest congratulations with all the 30 laureates present here. All of our award winners and the Grand Prix winners will be announced tonight, but every one of you represents this commitment. You are a role model for the heritage community in the different fields, from conservation to research, from education and training to awareness raising. Beyond the distinctive characteristics of each project, I'm amazed by the universal message that are conveyed by the 30 winners. Like an echo to the European political agenda, your projects remind us of messages that matter. I'm specifically thinking of the role of innovation to preserve better cultural heritage for future generations, the power of digital to make our cultural history more accessible, the value of cultural heritage for social cohesion and well-being, the example provided by heritage sites in our combat against climate, and last but not least, the importance of cultural heritage as a mediator to shape peaceful international relations. All our laureates deserve our admiration and our support, because culture is never a zero-sum game, and we all build on each other. You are the very epitome of our Europe of talents, Europe of skills, Europe of hearts. Now, I'm looking forward to discovering our winners. Congratulations to all of you. Thank you very much for your attention, and let's enjoy together this memorable evening. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Madam Commissioner. Your commitment is priceless for us because together we can move mountains, and thank you for your forceful and inspiring leadership. Let's now turn to tonight's heritage heroes, whose power of example we'll celebrate tonight. But first, I want to thank all eminent experts from all over Europe who make up our award jury, selection committees, and all board members, because all they participated in the selection process. And I want to thank them because all of them worked as committed volunteers and helped that we have the selection of this year's awards. I want to invite you for a warm applause for all members of the selection committees and the jury with us here present in Prague and the ones who are following via the live stream. And please may I ask the eminent members of the jury who are with us tonight to stand up. Many, many thanks for your expertise and commitment, and they are Sarah Crofts from the United Kingdom, Maciej Hoffman from Poland, Antonio Lamas from Portugal, Johanna Leisner from Germany, Sabine Nemec-Piguet from Switzerland, Jermina Stanojev from Serbia, Eugen Vaida from Romania, and Andrula Vasiliou from Cyprus. Thank you so much. Thank you for being with us and for your expertise and wisdom as members of the jury. We will start with category conservation and adaptive reuse. Then we will continue with research, followed by education, training, and skills. We will then conclude with the other two categories, citizens' engagement and awareness raising, and last but not least, the heritage champions. And all awards will be presented by the chairman of the jury, Bertrand de Feydeau. The announcement of the winners of the Grand Prix and the Public Choice Award will be revealed in the second part of this evening. But now, first, let's start with presenting all 8 winners in category conservation and adaptive reuse. And the selection of these awards was made by a selection committee chaired by Antonio Lamas from Portugal, and then subsequently, as I said, by the European Jury of Experts. Please start the video.
The Aachen Battery consists of a series of restored bunkers and other buildings with artillery positions that are connected by a footpath along the coastline. As the only battery preserved from World War I in Belgium, its revitalization has unique European significance and pedagogical value.
Het unieke aan deze batterij, aan batterij Aachen, is dat dat eigenlijk de enige van al die batterijen is die nog bewaard gebleven is uit die periode. Al de andere batterijen zijn eigenlijk verdwenen. En dit is dus een uniek exemplaar.
Designed in the 1920s by the Irish architect and furniture designer Aileen Gray and the Romanian architect Jean Badovici, Villa E1027 is an iconic building of modernist architecture. An international team of architects from Austria, France, Germany and Switzerland meticulously restored the villa, which is now open for visitors from all over the world. The monument of Episkopi on Sikenos, one of the smallest Cycladic islands, is an impressive Roman mausoleum which was converted to a Byzantine church. Closed to the public for half a century, after this high-quality restoration, the monument is now a cultural landmark and a source of pride for the island community.
Σκοπής εκείνου τη γνώρισα το 1993. Όταν την είδα έμεινα άφωνος γιατί είδα ένα αρχαίο μνημείο να στέκεται όρθιο και να έχει μετατραπεί σε βυζαντινό ναό. Είναι ένα αρχαίο κτίριο του 3ου αιώνα με τον Χριστόν, το οποίο έχει ενσωματώσει πλήθος αρχιτεκτονικών μελών αρχαίων που αποτέλεσαν οικοδομικό υλικό για την οικοδόμησή του.
Established in 1855, this is the oldest Norwegian distillery still in use, and one of the very few historic distilleries in Europe that produces potato-based spirits. Its rehabilitation included giving it new socio-cultural uses and the reuse of the old machinery, which has restored the building's industrial character.
Important groups were the friends of the distillery, and they're mainly farmers, and farmers are extremely useful people, they're very practical, so we've been extremely lucky in making the whole place up.
Founded in 1560, the convent of the Capuchos is a monastic complex in the native forest of Sintra. The site is a beautiful combination of humble human construction and natural splendor. Its sensitive restoration has helped to stimulate a more slow and sustainable cultural tourism. This 15th century building was once the Unitarian bishop's residence. It is one of the most important buildings in Cluj-Napoca. After a decade-long restoration, it has been reopened as a cultural center dedicated to the ideals of religious freedom and tolerance.
As the heritage advisor of this project, I had the task to strengthen the voice of the historical building. This is not just a three-dimensional structure, but there is a fourth dimension, time, history, which is an incredible added value for this project.
Épület azzá lett, amiről az álom szólt, a várost szolgáló igazi közösségi térré.
This naval hospital, dating to 1711, has been turned into a museum, while the outbuildings have been restored and sensitively repurposed as an art space. The rehabilitation of Ilha del Rey is a result of a fruitful collaboration between a foundation established by local volunteers and an art gallery.
We strongly believe, after almost 30 years opening galleries, that these places find you.
The Foundation's initiative is an impressive example of civic engagement.
Try and think back what it was like in 2005, and sometimes it's really difficult to try and remember, but somehow the miracle has been worked. It's like an impossible dream which has come true.
It's a holistic concept that by nature is community-based.
This highly symbolic project marks the restoration of a monument with significant value for Ukraine and its people. The restoration fully secured and rehabilitated the structure and interior of the monument. The church is found on Starokishka Hill in the historic center of Kyiv and hosts church services, events, and chamber music concerts.
What an impressive group of winners. So I think, Bertrand, we are going to start with the presentation and we will take you along on a journey through Europe. So the first award goes to Belgium, to the Aachen Battery, represented today by Mathieu de Meyer, Director of Atlantic Wall Raverzijde. Congratulations. And then we go to France, to the restoration of the Villa E 1027, represented by Claudia Devaux, project leader and heritage architect at DDA Devaux and Devaux Architects. Félicitations. And then from France, we go to Greece, to the Monument of Episcopi in Sikinos, represented by Demetrios Athanasoulis, director of the Ephorate of Antiquities of Cyclades. And from Greece, we will travel up north to Norway, to the Atlungstad distillery, represented by Andrea Hervidalo Jensen, CEO of Atlungstad Distillery. And then from Norway, we would go all the way to Portugal, to the Convent of the Capuchos, represented by Dorabella Charneca, board member of the Parques de Sintra. And from Portugal, we go to Romania, to the House of Religious Freedom, represented by Istvan Kovacs, Bishop of the Hungarian Unitarian Church. And from the east of Europe, we will head back west to Spain, to the Illa del Rey, represented by Luis Alejandre Sintes, president of Fundación Hospital de Illa del Rey. And now, last but not least, we all go to Ukraine, to the St. Andrew's Church in Kiev, represented by Nelia Kukovalska, Director General of National Conservation Area St. Sofia, Kiev. So these were the 8 winners in the category Conservation and Adaptive Reuse. Now for all 8 of them, big applause. So we will ask you to go back to your seats and we will proceed with the ceremony. We go to the following category. And it is the category that pays homage to the most exemplary research projects connected to heritage. The 4 winners were selected through the work of our jury of experts among the projects shortlisted by the selection committee chaired by Sabine Nemec-Piguet from Switzerland. Please launch the video.
This project brought together leading research centers working in the fields of cultural heritage preservation and mega-event planning to investigate the ways in which cities use mega-events to support economic development. The project produced an important quality framework to help decision-makers and heritage actors face emerging challenges.
Providing principles and recommendations regarding heritage to organizations that deal with mega events such as the European Capital of Culture, Expo, or the Olympics.
Silk Now is a research project that improves the understanding, conservation, and dissemination of European silk heritage. It applies next-generation computing research to the needs of diverse users and preserves the tangible and intangible heritage associated with silk. It highlights the importance of silk as a driver of innovation in technological innovation and progress in Europe. Heritage Quest is the first large-scale citizen science project in the Netherlands that allows anyone to contribute to scientific research in the field of archaeology. It combines the building of community with state-of-the-art technology.
De kracht van dit project dat we met vrijwilligers eigenlijk de prehistorie van Nederland volledig moeten gaan herschrijven.
Door dit project ben ik me bewuster geworden van de omgeving, dat dat gewoon al zo lang bestaat en dat we er zuinig op moeten zijn.
This participatory research project identified proper safeguarding measures for traditional puppet theatre from Sicily and organized them into a coherent plan. The plan helps to ensure a successful system of actions within a participatory, multi-level and sustainable governance structure.
Il piano della salvaguardia per noi più pari è il futuro. Il futuro è la crescita. Senza aiuti noi non possiamo crescere, quindi per me è una cosa molto importante.
Impressive and so varied project, a lot of diversity. The first two awards will be given to projects which are the result of the collaboration of different European countries. So the first one, from Italy, United Kingdom, Cyprus, Poland, heritage opportunities and threats within mega events in Europe. HOMI, represented today by Davide Ponzini, Professor of Urban Planning and Politecnico di Milano. And the other one brings together Spain, Germany, Slovenia, Italy, France, and Poland in a wonderful project, Silk Now, represented by Esther Alba Pagan, Vice Principal for Culture and Society at Universidad de Valencia. And now we go to the Netherlands, to Heritage Quest, represented by Eva Kaptein, Heritage Quest Project Manager working at Erfgoed Herderland. And then from north to south to Sicily. Italy, with a plan of measures for the safeguarding of the Opera dei Pupi Sicilian Puppet Theatre, today represented by Rosario Pericone, Director of Associazione per la Conservazione delle Tradizioni Popolari, Museo Internazionale delle Marionette Antonio Pasqualino. So these are the 4 winners in the category research. Now, an applause for all 4 of them. Oh, so much emotion. Now, you are expecting the 3rd category, but before we head to the next category, education, training, and skills, I would like to invite, once again, the Prague Conservatory Chamber Orchestra and its conductor, Maestro Chuhei Iwasaki, back to the stage. And as the music stage rises and the musicians take their place, let me tell you what they will play for us. The second movement of Serenade 2 by the renowned 20th century Czech composer Bohuslav Martinu. La parole est à la musique. Now, time has come to award and honor the 6 winners in the next category: education, training, and skills. And the selection of these awards was made by our jury, assisted by the selection committee chaired by Sarah Crofts from the United Kingdom. Please start the video.
Through a simple but revolutionary model, the Masters and Apprentices project brings together children, young people, and older generations on equal terms to collaborate on shared activities around cultural heritage.
The Masters and Apprentices model brings knowledge and skills forth and generations together.
Koen itse saaneeni energiaa paljon tältä nuorisolta, että kun tosi hyvin molemmat osapuolet ymmärtää, että ollaan eri ikäpolvista ja osataan suhtautua niihin tosi hyvin.
This course gives mid-career professionals an opportunity to further their education and expertise within the field of wooden cultural heritage. Between 1984 and 2022, over 450 participants from over 80 countries have attended the 20 courses held in Norway.
The course is designed to break down the barriers between the different disciplines and also break down the barriers between academia and traditional craft. Of course, I hope that the participants take home with them an increased knowledge of diagnosing and choosing the best method of treatment for damaged wood.
The Tisch Jewish Food Festival is a unique event organized by Polin Museum that presents the culture and history of Polish Jews through a celebration of Jewish food heritage. Participants talk about their shared history, combat stereotypes, and break down barriers.
Miałam wrażenie, że ludzie wręcz czekali na to, żeby móc w końcu spróbować żydowskiego jedzenia. Zasiąść przy szabatowej kolacji, porozmawiać o tym, co wyróżnia kuchnię żydowską i jak bardzo łączy się ona z kuchnią polską.
Initiated by a family, the Piscu School Museum and Workshop near Bucharest is a place where cultural heritage, contemporary art and ceramics come together to generate a cultural and educational hub in a former village pottery. Their activities preserve local cultural heritage and return a sense of pride to a community whose traditional craft faced significant decline. Sewn Signs project advocates for awareness and recognition of the heritage value of the traditional Romanian shirt. The initiative also aims to make a statement against the fast fashion industry and consumerism, while reviving an element of textile heritage that is at risk.
There are 44,000 passionate members using the latest technologies and communication skills for sharing our newly gained experience and initiating the beginners who join us daily. We have learned that we are smarter and stronger together.
Symphony is an immersive virtual reality experience that educates about the value of classical music. The experience is permanently installed at the Caixa Forum in Barcelona and also travels to locations around Spain. The response to Symphony has been very positive, with many participants reporting that they felt more inclined to listen to classical music in the future.
Phony wants to suggest, inspire, open our perception to allow ourselves to be carried away by music and beauty.
So, we will now begin our tour of Europe in Finland. Masters and apprentices, young and elderlies, learning heritage peer-to-peer, represented on this stage by Riina Koivisto, coordinator of Suomen Kotiseutulito, Finnish Local Heritage Foundation. And then we will stay in the north of Europe with the following project from Norway, International Course on Wood Conservation Technology, represented by Anne Nihamar, Senior Advisor at Riksantikvaren, the Norwegian Directorate for Cultural Heritage. And then from Norway, we go to Poland with Tish, Jewish Food Festival. Here with us, Magdalena Maślak, Head of Social Programs Department at the Polin Museum of the History of Polish Jews. And from Poland, we go to Romania with Piscu School Museum Workshop, represented by Adriana Scripcariu, President of Gaspar, Baltazar and Melchior Association, Piscu School and Project Manager. And now we will stay in Romania for another winner from this country with Sown Signs, represented today by Ioana Cordoneanu, founder of Sown Signs Association, Asociația Semne Cuzute. And then our last stop is in Spain with Symphony, a virtual journey into the heart of music, represented by Nuria Oler, Director of the Music and Digital Projects Department and La Caixa Foundation. So, all 6 winners in the category Education, Training and Skills, and now a big applause for all 6 of them. Wonderful, wonderful display of the Women for Heritage. Thank you all for what you are doing for our cause. And now, we will go to the next category, and the next category will be the category of citizens' engagement and awareness raising. The selection was made by our European jury of experts on the projects shortlisted by the selection committee chaired by Pavlos Hatzigrigoriou from Greece. We have 10 winners in this category. That was the category where we received the largest number of nominations. So start the video clip, please.
With pop-up architectural interventions and cultural and educational events, the artificial riverbeds of Sofia have been turned into publicly accessible and dynamic spaces. Rivers of Sofia is an excellent example of community involvement and social participation, as well as for the integration of rivers into the urban fabric of other European cities. This initiative transferred the largest and oldest Sami collection in Finland from the National Museum of Finland to the Sami Museum, Sida. A program of public dialogue between all stakeholders informed the entire process. It represents a very important example of the effective restitution of cultural heritage.
Ai fina äsken tätä pohte ruoftolutta tehke mitjitte ja ahte mi adjuhtai min mattari tinkkaa ja tävviri tehke säppmai ruoftolutta.
Juhlimme saamelaiskokoelman paluuta Saamenmaalle ja saamelaisten haltuun. Ja sitä, että Saamelaismuseo Sida ja Suomen kansallismuseo sekä monet tärkeät ihmiset olemme voineet tehdä tätä kaikkea yhdessä.
Swap Museum enables meaningful collaborations between young people and small museums through an exchange of creativity, activities, and opportunities. To date, Swap Museum has involved 61 museums from Apulia in the south of Italy and has involved 670 teenagers who have spent 22,000 hours in museums. The innovative and inclusive character of Swap Museum is of the highest quality and could be easily replicated in other parts of Europe.
Che soprattutto possono rappresentare il centro della vita sociale. Dall'altra parte, i musei si sono rinnovati attraverso i loro occhi. Gli swapper, così chiamiamo i ragazzi che rispondono alle nostre iniziative, sono poi premiati con dei benefits da spendere in cultura, buoni per l'acquisto di libri, voucher per cinema o teatro, concerti o ancora biglietti per viaggi studio all'estero.
Va Sentiero was a 3-year-long grassroots expedition by a group of young enthusiasts who walked and documented the 8,000 kilometers of Sentiero Italia, the longest hiking route in the world. It involved 3,000 participants from 10 countries and many local communities. Va Sentiero continues to promote an inclusive and sustainable approach to visiting Europe's mountain regions.
In particolare vogliamo sperimentare il format ideato sul Sentiero Italia anche all'estero, ad esempio collaborando con realtà europee e non soltanto, che vogliono valorizzare le proprie montagne e così facendo rendendo il nostro messaggio universale.
Lombardy Public Again is a successful initiative to save the Lombardy cinema from privatization and demolition. The cinema has been reclaimed as a heritage site and has become a vibrant center for cultural activities. The creative engagement of young people in the activities makes evidence the value of heritage sites to the sustainable development of cities. It is an exemplary project for the entire region of the Western Balkans. Museum in the Village is a cultural program aimed at people aged over 65 who live in rural areas that have a reduced accessibility to cultural activities and events. 13 museums and 13 villages from 26 different Portuguese counties take part in the program. Museums provide a masterpiece of their collection to be on temporary exhibition in the heart of each village, and in turn, the communities make use of their own traditions and memories to create a collective artwork. The initiative helps the participants rediscover their cultural heritage. PAX is an innovative system of governance for heritage buildings. It fosters a new model of urban regeneration through social innovation in a heritage context.
Las cooperativas que desde PAX estamos promoviendo no solo son un mecanismo demostrado para evitar la especulación inmobiliaria, sino que también significan un modo de actualizar la convivencia que siempre ha existido en torno a los patios en Córdoba.
Wikipedra utilizes citizen science to develop a knowledge database that helps preserve dry stone heritage. An impressive number of participants were involved in building this archive of dry stone structures.
A Wikipedra, tothom que vulgui pot ajudar a inventariar construccions mitjançant un formulari molt senzill on demanen les dades de les construccions, la ubicació i algunes fotografies.
A finals de l'any 2011 teníem 42 col·laboradors i actualment ja són més de 500 persones i entitats que conjuntament hem aconseguit inventariar més de 32.000 construccions de pedra seca.
World Vyshyvanka Day is an international holiday dedicated to preserving the iconic Ukrainian embroidered shirt, or Vyshyvanka. The shirt is a symbol of the material and spiritual heritage of the Ukrainian people. Every year on the third Thursday in May, Ukrainians and friends of Ukraine from more than 100 countries wear Vyshyvanka in celebration of this heritage. More than 20 million people across the world have taken part, showing how heritage is a powerful tool to connect people and cultures.
The initiative brings together not only professionals working in the field of cultural heritage, but also actualizes attention to it and promotes cohesion through support from international influential organizations, in particular the European Union, OSCE, UNDP, NATO, G7.
Europa Nostra Award. The Kenan Yavuz Ethnography Museum is a family-run non-profit organization which preserves and revives the tangible and intangible cultural heritage of Bayburt and Anatolia. They provide interactive experiences for its visitors that are designed in close collaboration with the local community.
İnsan buranın sıcaklığına çok çabuk alışıyor ve hiç gitmek istemiyor. Yani buraya geldiğiniz zaman hep buralıymış gibi hissediyorsunuz ve hiç gitmek istemiyorsunuz.
Çünkü tarihi unutmak mümkün değil yani bence. Unutmamalıyız da. Yani sanki onlar hiç yaşamamış gibi davranamayız bence. Bana vefasızlık gibi geliyor onu yapmamak yani daha doğrusu.
Now, we will begin in Bulgaria with Rivers of Sofia, represented by Ani Kojabasheva, project manager of the Collective Foundation. Voilà. So our journey leads us then to Finland with the project Return to the Sami Homeland, repatriation as a process of building a sustainable society, represented on this stage by Elina Antila, Director General of National Museum of Finland, and Eija Ojan-Latva, Director of Sami Museum in Sida. From Northern Europe, we will go to the south, to Apulia, Italy, with Swap Museum, here represented by Elisa Monsellato, project manager at 34 Fuso Act. After the Swap Museum, we will stay in Italy and we will climb the mountains. We go to Vasentiero, represented by Yuri Basilico, founder of Vasentiero. from Italy, we will travel to Kosovo, to Lombardy Public again, from Prizren, represented today by Ares Sporta, founding director of Lombardy Foundation. And then from the Balkans, we will go west, southwest, to Portugal, with Museum in the Village, Portugal. With us, Paulo Lameiro, Executive Group Coordinator at Rede Cultura 2027. And then from Portugal, we go to the neighboring country, Spain, with Pax Pacios de la Axerquia strategy, represented by Gaia Redaeli, president of Asociación Pax Pacios de la Axerquia. And we remain in Spain for Vicky Pedra. Today with us, Jordi Grau Oliveras, landscape technician and landscape observatory of Catalonia. And from Spain, we go diagonally to Ukraine with World Vyshyvanka Day, represented by Lesia Voroniuk, head of the NGO World Vyshyvanka Day. And the last stop of this journey is Turkey, with the Kenan Yavuz Ethnography Museum, which receives the Europa Nostra Award and is presented today by Kenan Yavuz, founder of the Kenan Yavuz Ethnography Museum. All of them, 10 wonderful winners. What a bouquet. Winners of the category Citizens Engagement and Raising Awareness. Congratulations to you all. Bravo. And now we have the last but not least, very important category of our awards, the category of Heritage Champions, which honor individuals and organizations for their long-standing commitment to cultural heritage in Europe. The selection was made by our European jury of experts on the people and organizations shortlisted by the selection committee chaired by Eugen Vaida from Romania. Video, please.
For over 50 years, Kostas Karas worked tirelessly in favor of cultural and natural heritage in Greece and in Europe. His work created a more sustainable, inclusive and beautiful world for future generations. He was a visionary conservationist, an eminent historian, and a true European who acted as an important mentor for many young people.
Ο Κώστας Καράς ήταν μια μοναδική προσωπικότητα, ένας άνθρωπος με ιδιαίτερη αγάπη για το περιβάλλον, σεβασμό για την πολιτιστική κληρονομιά, ένας άνθρωπος ο οποίος με διαμόρφωσε και σαν προσωπικότητα και σαν επιστήμονα.
La Paranza Cooperative was founded in 2006 by a group of young people who dreamt of redeeming their neighborhood, Rione Sanità.
All'inizio è stato difficile, le sconfitte erano anche quotidiane, cioè lavorare in un quartiere di cui si parla sempre male. Era difficile trovare ogni volta una forza nuova, una motivazione nuova per continuare.
Thanks to the determination and the implementation of an innovative bottom-up management structure, their activities have created job opportunities for many young people through the regeneration of cultural heritage.
Oggi siamo 14 soci rispetto ai 6 iniziali e in 16 anni abbiamo creato 44 posti di lavoro e recuperato 13.000 metri quadrati di patrimonio.
With her tireless dedication, Elżbieta Szumska helped to transform the former gold mine of Kopalnia Święta, located in the small town of Swatystok, into one of Poland's most well-known tourist attractions.
W okresie mojego życia umielało takim słońcem w życiu zawsze była moja pasja. Pasja właśnie do podziemi.
Hers is an inspiring example of how to develop a sustainable business model around cultural heritage.
We shall begin with Greece, with the legendary heritage champion Kostas, who sadly passed away earlier this year. Our award will be posthumously handed over to his lifelong heritage companion, his beloved wife, Lydia Karas, who is the president of Helleniki Eteria, Society for the Environment and Cultural Heritage. They both created this organization 50 years ago. And from Greece, we go to another country in the Mediterranean basin, to Italy, with Cooperative La Paranza. Here with us, Giovanni Maraviglia, president of Cooperativa La Paranza. And our last stop during our European journey this evening is Poland, with Elżbieta Szumska, owner of Gold Mine and Medieval Park of Technology, that is with us on this stage. And now, as loudly for all three of them, the Heritage Champions for 2022. This year we celebrate, as you have already heard, the 20th anniversary of the European Heritage Awards, and over the years the cooperation between Europa Nostra and the European Commission, the European Union, has awarded hundreds of awards, each and every one of them influential and inspirational. Together, they have made Europe more beautiful, more inclusive, and more resilient. Especially in these difficult times, it is so important to celebrate the positive examples, the hope and the dedication that each of these projects, people, and organizations represent. Thank you so much for the hope and the joy that you have given us. And on this thought, once again, and now that the musicians are back to stage, I just want to tell you what will they play now. They will offer us their rendition of the first movement of the suite from Holberg's time by the great Norwegian composer Edvard Grieg. young musicians, and it is very fitting that we have this orchestra because this year is the European Year of the Youth. We will see them and hear them playing once again at the very end of this evening. Now, while they're leaving the stage, let me tell you what we will do next. This year, in addition to the 31 awards that we have just presented, tonight we shall also unveil who among those winners have also received a Grand Prix and which project received our Public Choice Award. The 5 Grand Prix were awarded according to transversal themes this year, and these themes, we believe, best represent the key topics for a better future of our Europe. I would now like to invite to the stage Europa Nostra's Executive President, Hermann Parzinger, who is himself a renowned heritage champion in Germany, in Europe, and across the world. Dear Hermann, welcome to Prague, and the floor is yours.
Thank you, Sneška. Tonight is our night of celebration. Celebration of heritage excellence and heritage heroes. But tonight is also our night of togetherness and solidarity. Solidarity with our fellow Europeans in Ukraine, who are still facing so much violence, destruction, and hardship as a consequence of an aggressive, criminal, and senseless war instigated by Russia. Solidarity with those in Ukraine who so bravely and so proudly defend our shared values and also our shared cultural heritage. Together with so many institutions, civil society organizations, Europa Nostra stands in solidarity with Ukraine. As a modest, concrete contribution to the massive European and international support for the people and culture of Ukraine, Europa Nostra joined forces with the Global Heritage Fund, based in the United States of America, to initiate our first ever crowdfunding campaign in support of heritage defenders in Ukraine. We are grateful to all of you who contributed to this campaign, and we are grateful for another support provided by the Olive Foundation based in Geneva. Together, we launched a Heritage Solidarity Fellowship for Ukraine. A first group of 125 Heritage Fellows from Ukraine are already benefiting from this scheme. But there are many more colleagues that need our support. Please therefore allow me to encourage you who are gathered in Prague this evening, and all of you who are following this event online, to contribute to our Heritage Solidarity Fellowship Fund for Ukraine. Every amount counts. But as we are gathered in this iconic historic building in the heart of Prague, the World Heritage City, located in the heart of Europe, tonight is also the ideal occasion to remember a very important person for my generation, for many others, to remember the legendary European leader from this country, Václav Havel, and to recall his visionary words pronounced in Aachen 25 years ago. I quote, "Europe is a task for each and every one of us." Together with the Czech presidency of the European Union, we also wish to dedicate this evening to the memory of this great ambassador of the Europe of culture, the Europe of heart, and the Europe of soul. And as much as Europe is a task, let me stress how conscious we are that Europa Nostra is also a task. In light of so many challenges that our society and our environments face, our Europe and our world are facing today, our joint commitment for safeguarding Europe's formidable cultural heritage assets is more vital than ever. On behalf of Europa Nostra, let me pay tribute to a strong European leader. We just listened to her, who is this evening with us, Mariya Gabriel, European Commissioner who is responsible for innovation, research, culture, education, and youth. Dear Mariya, thank you for being with us and for being such a forceful advocate for giving culture and cultural heritage a more central place among EU's strategic priorities and agenda. Tonight, you have seen the impact of heritage projects on local communities. You have witnessed its innovative resilience and its economic and social power. You have met the many dedicated professionals and volunteers who work every day to safeguard and rebuild our heritage sites and traditions. We are grateful for your support and rely on your continued support as we work together to bring cultural heritage to its full potential. You can count on us and, of course, on all the laureates, I'm sure, to carry this message for a value and culture-based Europe across the continent. This message will also be the focus of our debate tomorrow during the European Heritage Agora. Together we will formulate the Prague Manifesto, a powerful message for a greener, more inclusive and more beautiful Europe, built on a foundation of shared values and culture. Restoring and safeguarding our cultural natural heritage is the embodiment of hope, of people coming together to achieve something positive and lasting for the benefit of our societies and for the common good. Tonight, we applaud loudly and proudly the 31 marvelous winners of our European Heritage Awards. Thank you for showing us the way to follow. Among the 31 most deserving winners of our awards, the international jury, together with the board of Europa Nostra, had the difficult task to select 5 Grand Prix winners. And the moment has come to unveil to the public the 2022 winners of our Grand Prix, and I would like to invite Commissioner Gabriel to join me on stage for this important achievement.
Welcome back. Thank you, Hermann. I think now we need to receive the 5 envelopes. And thank you, Helena. And in these 5 envelopes, we have the names of the winning projects, the projects that are, you're all winners, but we also have the winners of the Grand Prix. So we will now ask first Commissioner Gabriel to open the first, and that will be the Grand Prix for Heritage and Innovation.
And the winner is Silk Now from France, Germany, Italy, Poland, Slovenia, and Spain. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Gracias, muchas gracias. La verdad, estoy muy nerviosa en estos momentos. The interdisciplinary work of Silk Now favor not only the protection of Silk heritage, but also the generation of cutting-edge research. In a divided world, heritage does bring us together. We're all woven together on this ancient Europe. Me and my team are very honored to receive the Grand Prix. Thank you for your support. Thanks to Europa Nostra and the European Commission for believing in us. Let us keep weaving our past into the future. Thank you.
Our Executive President to unveil the winner of the Grand Prix for Digital Transformation, Heritage and Digital Transformation.
And the winner is Symphony, Spain.
Thank you very much, European Awards, Europa Nostra Awards. Thank you very much to the jury. And today I'm here alone, but this prize belongs to more than 200 people who has been working for this, making this project possible. So we would like to share classical music with a lot of people, and we got it. So we are very happy and very proud of this prize. Thank you very much.
Madam Commissioner, the third Grand Prix for Sustainability and Climate Action.
And the winner is Vasentiero, Italy.
Thank you all. Thank you, Europa Nostra. That was unexpected. I'll try to go with a metaphor. Hiking is about going up, also going down, but especially going up. And sometimes the uphill seems to be never-ending, and you struggle and you sweat. Your heart is bumping, like right now, and you know, sometimes you are tempted to stop, to go back, but still you continue, you go, you struggle, you sweat, you go on, and sometimes suddenly you find yourself at the top, and those times maybe the sky is clear. There are no clouds, and the view is great. And so suddenly, all the struggle you've made seems to be nothing in comparison to what you're in front of. And still, it's not finished. You have still to go. The way is long, like right now. But those moments just give you back all the effort you put in. So that's beautiful. And I would like to thank Europa Nostra and all these wonderful projects for being such an inspiration to us. And especially I would like to say thank you to the Vasentiero team. I cannot see them, but please, guys, stand up and please dedicate a big applause to these guys.
And now we have the fourth winner of the Grand Prix. I will ask our executive president to read out, and this is a Prix for Heritage and Social Cohesion and Well-being.
And the winner is Rivers of Sofia, Bulgaria.
I'm just absolutely amazed and can't believe I'm standing here to do this. This is on behalf of our whole team. We've really worked really hard. And I think this shows that anyone can do it. This is really the message I would like to leave you with. At the time we applied, the project was 1.5 years old. And here we are today at the peak, as my colleague beautifully said. So, and heritage can really be anywhere. You know, we started literally from the sewers of Sofia. We've been able to change the image, so now people see them as rivers, is what they are. They're actually mountain streams that come down into the city, but people avoided them because of pollution, because they're like the most abandoned and unpleasant spaces in the center of our capital city. And actually, you know, they are valuable heritage. They're natural resources. They speak to us about the history of our city. So this shows that you can find valuable heritage anywhere, right where you are, in amazing places like the one we're in now, but also right in front of your doorstep as well. And it takes a few people coming together with a crazy idea. Maybe it's crazy at first, and more people join you. So really, like, everyone should be doing this, and I hope that you try as well, and that would be amazing. And thank you so much.
And now the last winner of the Grand Prix, and the theme is Heritage and International Relations.
And the winner is Kostas, Greece, and we are honored that we have with us. Please.
There's a Greek word called harmolipi, which expresses the way I feel tonight, but I think maybe a lot of you who were friends of Kostas feel tonight. It means at the same time the experience of a human being of great joy and sadness. Sadness because really he should have received the prize. He should be here with us. Joy, because I think nothing would have given him greater joy than receiving this gift from Europa Nostra. Europa Nostra meant a lot to him, and he believed in the mission of Europa Nostra in uniting Europeans in their values and their protection of the heritage of Europe. It's a strange coincidence that this prize is given in Prague, because it was thanks to Prague that I met Costa. I was sent here as a young correspondent from the British Observer to cover the Prague Spring. And Costa got terribly excited with the story and ended up in our marriage. And he chose Prague for our honeymoon. So let me say that, dwelling on the joyful aspect of tonight, I would like to say a very, very big thank you to Europa Nostra on behalf of our very large family of Elliniketeria in Greece. And to say that I'm sure Costa would like to share this prize with the hundreds of people whom he inspired and who trusted him and worked with him, both in Greece and outside Greece. And I'm sure these people will continue in his footsteps and work for the heritage of Europe, which is diverse but precious to us all. Thank you very much.
Lydia, stay just a little bit on the stage, because we have a little surprise to you, because Costa Karas was a great European, but he was also a very proud Athenian. You spent 50 years of your life under the Acropolis, living in your beautiful historic house. And we have a very special guest that we would like to invite to stage. And this is the mayor of the city of Athens, Mr. Kostas Bakoyannis, who is with us. Thank you, Mr. Mayor, and we would like to have you here. And thank you for supporting the Europa Nostra Heritage Hub in Athens.
Well, good evening. It's a true privilege to join you tonight as we celebrate the life and honor the incredible legacy of Kostas Karas. Coming here, Lydia, I was talking to my teenage son. Now, I'm sure many of you know that having a teenage child is not always fun. And he asked me what I'm doing in Prague. And I had the opportunity to tell him that, you know what? Heroes are not just those who wear red capes. Heroes sometimes, if we are very lucky, walk amongst us. Kostas Karas was a true hero of Athens. We owe so much to him. Plaka, the very center of Athens, the greater area of the Acropolis, is a gift of Kostas Karas, of his passion to all Athenians, to these generations and to the generations to come. And this is just one of the many examples. So many, many thanks for this incredible gift, not just to Kostas Karas, but to all Athenians. And of course, I know that I'm speaking for many of us when I'm committing ourselves to actually moving forward and cherishing his legacy and moving forward with his good works. Many, many thanks.
Can we have a picture, the four of you together also? Just come closer. And thank you, Mr. Mayor. And please, we know that you will also meet other mayors of European cities here in Prague. Tell them that they should all follow your example and support the cause of cultural heritage. Now that we have awarded each of the Grand Prix, and each Grand Prix is also having with it in the envelope also a check for €10,000. that our winners, I'm sure, will use for their further work. Now it's time to discover which project is the favorite of the public. And this award represents the voice of the public, and I leave the stage to our Executive President, Hermann Parzinger, to tell us more about this award.
Yes, thank you, Sneška. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, I'm very excited to introduce the last award of this evening. This award is truly representative of the voice of the people, the Public Choice Award 2022. More than 10,000 votes were cast on the Europa Nostra website. But who was your favorite? Which project or person spoke to your heart? We were touched by the many encouraging and positive words of support that many of the voters shared with us. Just one example. From Polina Christofi from Cyprus, she wrote that, I quote, "Preserving and promoting our common heritage in this difficult period is what will keep the vision of the European Union as a true union of countries alive." And she said this in reference to the project that finished in the third place, the Monument of Episcopi of Sikinos, Greece. Adriana Neago from Romania praised the impact of the project that ended in second place by saying, I quote, "It has really changed how I see fashion, the value of manufacture, how to wear clothing responsibly, and how to create with your soul." She's referring, of course, to Sun Science from Romania. But which of our award winners has received the most votes? Ola Lundgren from Sweden said of the project, I quote again, "It is a never-ending source of creativity and joy, something beautiful in a sometimes ugly world." End of the quote. To announce the winner of the Public Choice Award 22, I want to invite our commissioner to announce it.
Dear Executive President, I propose to announce it together, to break any protocol. So, the winner is World Vyshyvanka Day, Ukraine.
Two very special guests we would want to invite to the stage here. And this is the Ukrainian Deputy Minister for Culture and Information, Kateryna Chuyeva, who is with us. She made a trip, 31 hours in a bus, because she really wanted to be here. Kateryna, welcome on stage. The Vice Minister for Culture with us, we also have another great Ukrainian artist with us. And this is Maestra Oksana Lyniv. I think you know all about this fantastic conductor who is also the winner, a recipient of this year's Helena da Silva Award, the European Award for Raising Public Awareness of Cultural Heritage, which we initiated, Europa Nostra, together with our country representation in Portugal, Centro Nacional de Cultura, together with the Clube Portugués de Impresa. So, Maestra Oksana Lyniv is also with us.
Dear ladies and gentlemen, it's a great honor for Ukraine and World Vyshyvanka Day to receive this prominent award. Thank you very much for supporting Ukraine, and also I want to thank the Armed Forces of Ukraine for the opportunity to stay here alive this evening. Dear colleagues, if we want to protect European cultural heritage, we have a common task to stop Russian tanks and Russian soldiers, who are the representatives of Russian culture of destroying, genocide, and hate. And this war is war of identities and values. And cultural heritage is our spiritual armor and shield. I want so much to say to you all, welcome to Ukraine, but I can't now say it. So I hope we will have together victory, and then I would say, so welcome to Ukraine, and welcome to our new big project, Modern Museum of Ukrainian Vyshyvanka. Thank you so much.
Picture, the whole 5 of you. Madam Vice Minister, perhaps you would also say, give a message. Madam Vice Minister first, and then Oksana we will keep for the end.
Dear colleagues, dear honorable guests, it's a great privilege to stay here and to congratulate all the winners of this award. And of course, we are very proud and we are happy that also Ukrainian nominations are here. If St. Andrew's Church is the symbol of Kiev and Vyshyvanka Day united the millions of peoples, not Ukrainians only, but all the peoples around the world. We understand that Europe is more than a continent. If we will look back to our history, we will find the objects, cultural heritage objects, of those people who we are called now ancient Greeks and Romans. We will find Vikings and many, many other peoples who were in Ukraine during all this long history, during the rules of Kiev and Rus, during the Galicia kingdom and many other Ukrainian pages of history which connects us with Europe. But now we have the situation when we must ask for help and for support. And we are so grateful for all this support. But I believe that one day we can also to help other peoples. And this is our Europe. Thank you.
Good evening. This is very moving to be now on the stage, and I am very proud and honored to receive the award this from Europa Nostra, and I can also say big thank you to all European countries for hosting millions of refugees from Ukraine, but also for giving us a real sign of support and solidarity, especially also for artists and for young people, for young generation. Our big dream is that we have our peaceful life back. Then this terrible war will stop so soon as possible, and that we can invite you to our beautiful country and to share with you our culture and to say big thank you and to share our love and our passion and to celebrate our Europa Nostra. So thank you very much.
Thank you also to Oksana and Lyniv. We will meet on the 24th of November in Lisbon, where you will receive your Helena Vaz da Silva Award. But now, to end this very emotional moment and the giving of the Public Choice Award, we would like to have a very special intonation of the Ukrainian anthem. And in fact, earlier this year, when Oksana Lyniv shared the music scores of the Ukrainian national anthem on her Facebook page, the Ukrainian violinist Yulia Ostapchuk, who studied at the Royal College of Music in London, initiated a video project, United Through Music, that brought together 73 musicians from 24 countries to perform the Ukrainian anthem and raise money in support of Ukrainian artists. So, video, please. Please join us here all together with Commissioner Gabriel and our Executive President Hermann Parzinger. So please come all together. And of course, the European anthem played by the European Union Youth Orchestra for us to accompany this very important photo moment. This is the end of our ceremony. And, but there I would like also, because we have been thanking so much everyone, I hope you agree that we also want to thank the Europa Nostra Dream Team. You can't imagine how small it is, but how effective and hardworking, and to stage such a ceremony together with Petr Svoboda from the Czech Republic. I want them on stage. I think they're working on various places, but Helena Bianchi and Ondrej Hogan, who are responsible for the awards, and any other staff member who is close to the stage, come. And Petr Svoboda, can I ask Petr Svoboda from the Czech Republic to join us on stage? Thank you so much to the miracle workers. You did it again. Helena, Ondrej, and the others, Walter, Barbara, Beppe, Lorena, Louise, Manon, Joanna, Sylvie, Ruben, Camilla, and Antigone. You are wonderful. I'm so proud to be your Secretary General. So,
Sneška.
and Petr, where is Petr? Where is Petr? Petr, don't be so shy. Without you, we would not have made it. Petr Svoboda, our Czech council member and head of the Czech representation of Europa Nostra. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Petr. Yes, we have for each winner a white rose. A white rose, the rose of peace for each of you. Thank you so much for being with us, and thank you for everything you are doing for Europe's cultural heritage. And while we are giving the roses, of course, we have to thank all the technicians, because without them, again, this ceremony would not have been what it was. And the wonderful production team, CIN, and T-Service, and all the young ambassadors, because we have also in the room with us about 80 young participants of the Future is Heritage Summit that is taking place in Prague. I want to hear you. Yes, you are there. Greetings to the young generation. That is our hope that the movement continues. And I hope that you will all join us, next year, bigger and better than ever, when Europa Nostra will celebrate its 60th anniversary. We won't disclose yet where it is going to be, but you will hear very, very soon. And then, what better way to end this evening than with a famous first movement of Divertimento K136 by a great European whose genius and musical opus has a strong connection with Prague, Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. And for the one last performance, we invite the Prague Conservatory Chamber Orchestra and its conductor, Chuhei Iwasaki, maestro, as it should be in a state opera. The final word is given to music. From all of us, goodbye, au revoir, Naschledanou. And we go to the room.